everyone, welcome back to Dee Dee's Mediterranean Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a dessert cake called Sfoof, spelled S-F-O-O-F or S-F-O-U-F. It's an eggless cake. It's flavored with turmeric, which gives it a nice, interesting flavor that you wouldn't think of in a cake, but it actually is fantastic. It's a really easy recipe to make. We're going to go over the ingredients. If you want this recipe or any of my other recipes, don't forget to go to my website at DedeMed.com. Join my Facebook or Twitter. Follow me. Email me if you have any questions. I'll make sure to respond. Now let's go over the ingredients and then we'll put it together. Here we have some dried milk. You can use any brand of dried milk, Nestle or Nido. Usually I find in the grocery store, but any form of dried milk. I have some flour, sugar, some vegetable oil, some water. I have some vegetable spray. I have some pine nuts. I have some turmeric. You can find this also in pretty much any store. It's a spice, so it's very easy to find. Some baking powder, salt, and that's it. Now, there's really no special technique to making this cake. It's pretty much put all of the ingredients in a bowl, mix them together, and then you bake it. So I'm going to skip the mixing part just because I've already pre-made the cake for you, but I just want to give you a look at what turmeric is. It's this nice spice. Oh, it's fantastic. Now, this is used a lot in Indian cooking and Near Eastern cooking, but it's fantastic with this cake. Again, when I first found out that it was turmeric that was used in this cake, I was very surprised, but it adds a fantastic element of flavor to it. So, again, there's the turmeric. You can find it at any of the grocery stores. And I use pine nuts for the top to decorate the top of the cake. If you don't like pine nuts or you can't have nuts, you can definitely omit this step. You can use raisins, you can use any sort of nuts that you like, or you can just omit it altogether and just decorate it with maybe some powdered sugar or whatnot. Now, you're going to mix all these ingredients together very well. You want to beat them for about 2 minutes. Preheat your oven to 450 degrees. Before you put the cake batter in the pan, spray the pan down with the vegetable oil and then use about 2 tablespoons of flour. After you spray the can, shake it around. This helps the cake to not stick to the pan. Even though it is a non-stick pan, sometimes the cake tends to stick. So I always use flour as a safeguard. You can also buy they have sprays now that are vegetable oil mixed with flour. If you want to buy that, you can buy that as well. So that's that. So let's move this over because I want to show you this cake. You're going to bake it for about 30 minutes or until it starts to rise and the center is clean. So here's the cake. I cut out a little piece of the corner because I wanted to taste it earlier. So here it is with the nuts on top, the pine nuts. It's fantastic. Usually after I take it out of the oven and it's cooled, I like to spray the top with some vegetable oil spray. It helps give it a little bit of a shine and keeps it nice and tender and moist. So you can cut this any way that you like. You can cut it into diamonds, you can cut it into squares, you know, whatever you feel creative in doing. And it's a very dense cake and it tastes fantastic. Surprisingly, it's dense without any eggs in it. So if any of you have egg allergies or trying to stay away from the eggs, you can definitely, you know, enjoy this. So I'm going to cut it into little diamonds or squares. And this is served usually with tea. It goes great with it. A nice, strong flavored tea complements the turmeric. So just like that. And see, look at that. It's such a pretty color. No food coloring at all. Just the spice. And you can smell it. It honestly smells fantastic. I really want you, I mean, it literally took me 10 minutes to get this made last night because I wanted to pre-make it. That way we don't have to wait for the cake. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. It's so pretty. It tastes fantastic. If you know, you have somewhere to go and you're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to take with me instead of going to, you know, the grocery store and buying a pre-made cake, you can make this in literally minutes. So just like that. Just want to plate it up so you can see all the pretty shapes and colors. Look at that. Look how pretty that looks. You can put them in nice little cupcake paper to serve it. It's fantastic. I hope you give this recipe a try. I know you're going to like it. If you need help, email me. Go to my website, DedeMed.com, and I will see you again.